The video gonna be about Jim Carrey. It's hard to believe that go back 30 years ago with the Dumb and Dumber, the Mask, the Detective, all the movies he did. He was Hollywood's first $20 million man at the box office. What's so amazing about when I think about Jim Carrey, and I got a lot of respect for him, he was In Living Color. But unlike a lot of white actors or people who ride off of black success, he didn't act like he didn't run from in distance. He actually embraced it. He still gives In Living Color his due, and he still acknowledges it, unlike Jennifer Lopez. But he still embraces it. But I'm just thinking about how remarkable run of his career, because Dumb and Dumber became such a catchphrase and so iconic. And talk about a guy who had paid his dues. He had been around, but nothing had really hit. And then all of a sudden, after In Living Color, then his movies come out, and it's like nonstop. He was the biggest actor going for a while. Talk about a cat that had an incredible run. And he was the first $20 million box office. He was a standard for that. Now, whenever you mention that's the 20 million was like kind of like the $100 million baseball player for $1 million player. It's equivalent for movies because acting is such a competitive genre and a lifestyle and a job, and you really have to connect. And to be a comedian, that says a lot. And when I say this is quite like a revelation, because you didn't say Eddie Murphy, who you would have maybe have assumed. We know Richard Pryor wasn't getting that kind of money for box office at the time. Didn't say Tom Cruise, who was a big time box office hit, or Will Smith, or Denzel Washington, or obviously Al Pacino, Rob De Niro. No, Jim Carrey was the first one. It's an incredible tribute question because he's not the one that you think of as a box office draw or leading man. However, he hit in such a way they couldn't stop the force that was him. It wasn't Bruce Willis, wasn't Mel Gibson. There are so many names. If you mention this as a trivia question, if you had a party night pop culture question, who was the first $20 million actor? And unless, of course, you're a geek about it or you really study it, you're going to get 10 guesses. I don't think he's going to come up because you're obviously going to think of, like I said, Tom Cruise, Eddie Murphy, might say Denzel Washington. You might say Robin Williams. That's 4 right there. You might say Arnold Schwarzenegger. That's 5 right there. Might say Sylvester Stallone. That's 6. See how this goes? So you're going to Pacino, De Niro, 7, 8. You might even say, who else could I pick on that was big back then that had box office clout? I'm trying to think because I'm going to think of some others that'll come up that were Michael J. Fox. You laugh. He was big one time. But this here, what Jim Carrey did to be the first $20 million one, and I mentioned Will Smith. So you'll probably mention about 10 or so cats that will come off the top of your dome before you even get to him. So that was quite an achievement in itself and at the time. And, because that meant that you were being part of the $20 million club meant that you were box office. That was a guarantee that you were a box office. And it wasn't for everybody. But he really hit, and his films and, his presence was something else. So just taking back a trip 30 years ago, he became the first member of the $20 million film club, and how people went to go see his films. And they were huge. But people say what they say, but they were. Please like, subscribe, welcome thoughts, comments, and I do respond. Thank you. Wash your hands. Keep your mind clear. Watch out for another initiative if you like. Hit that membership, because when you do requests like this, I go into detail more so. Stay safe, stay blessed, stay woke, stay free. I'm out one time. Peace.